What is up, folks? How you doing? Good evening. Time for last minute betting with the Sports Nuts. Brought to you by OddsJam, the premier odds comparison company for sports bettors worldwide. Don't forget to like and subscribe on YouTube, please. I would appreciate it very, very much. We're here to bring you whatever we can bring you in the world of sports here today. And, that could be any number of things. Yeah. Go ahead and fade out that music real quick. And let me get this set up to where I want to for the ending of the show. Bob LaGrasso here already. My Olympic player props. I went after the women's game today. They didn't have any shots on goal. They only had goal scorers, and I missed on all three of my goal scorers. But I went 6-2 in the Canada game. Shots on goal, assists, goals. I had all kinds of stuff going on there. We are live on Twitch, and we're live on YouTube. Still having a problem with our X feed. I don't really know what is going on there, but it's becoming a pain in the butt. And Grok doesn't seem to be able to figure it out. So anyway, USA women beat Italy today in the quarterfinals. 6-0. Wasn't really much of a game by the Italians. And let's see. Canada beat Switzerland in men's. That was 5-1, I believe. So let's go ahead and go to ESPN.com. And we'll go over some Olympic coverage. Olympic coverage here on a Friday the 13th. That's right, Friday the 13th. And where in the heck is it? That's what I wanted to look for right there. Olympic home, and here we go. Yeah, Sweden wins 6-0. Or United States wins 6-0. Sweden beat Czechia 2-0 in the women's game, and in the men's, Finland beat Sweden 4-1. Slovakia beat Italy 3-2. Czechia beat France 6-3, and Canada beat Switzerland 5-1. Macklin Celebrini with a goal again in back-to-back games. You know what? I wish I knew where the crew was, man. Hard to keep these guys in line. I can tell you that right now. So that's kind of where we are at there. NBA has the All-Star game, All-Star weekend upon us. And a second here. I hate it when it wants to pop up cookies. You know that? So we got a Rising Stars game with Team Austin versus Team Mello tonight. And then Team Vince versus Team Mac. And then I guess tonight, the winner of those two games play each other for the Rising Stars Championship. Sunday, we're going to have, I guess we're having 4 All-Star games. I really don't know. The World Against the Stars, to be determined against the stripes. We'll just I got to see how this goes. This is not really sure completely how they're doing this year, but I'm sure there will be plenty of plays out there to look at. And speaking of which, we've got some a couple of things here, at least for today, where Team Mello is favored over Team Austin, and Team T-Mac is favored over Team Vince. Looks like the spread is 2.5, anywhere from 2.5 to 4.5 points on the spread. So, yeah, Rising Stars, that'll be the young guys out there tonight. We'll see how that goes. And other than that, we got a lot of college basketball. A lot of college basketball coming your way tonight. So let me go ahead and at least share my screen and go to the EV page and the Sharp Money page, see if there's anything out here at all right now. Hard Rock seems to be the only one that we have any lines on for the Rising Stars Championship tonight. All right. Let's go to EV first. And let's get out of that. Bear with me. Let's go to the main and alternates. Let's look for, yeah, I got books set up here. 25 market width. All right. So we're looking for 48% and above probability. We're going to hit the 51% run right here. George Washington first half spread -2. We will hit that one. And I'm just looking here. Hampton over North Carolina A&T. That's a 58.6%. We'll hit that one. I'm half a unit on that one. George Mason +4. Yeah, I would take that for sure. George Mason +4. I'm not betting Korean basketball today. But I'll take UNLV and Boise State over 153.5. That'll kind of do us up there. And let's see if we have anything on any kind of player props right now at all. I know there are no NHL player props, but I can change this very quickly and clear out the NHL league and go to basketball. Whoops. And do college basketball. One result. Jackson Kohler under 8.5 rebounds on Fliff. Okay. Let's do that. Let's go to Sharp Money page here real quick. Not a lot happening, folks. I haven't got any notifications today. I mean, we've got some tennis plays that we can take a look at. But I got to be honest with you. I think I'd be taking the game spread in this one if I was going to bet it at all, because I do like Ben Shelton in this match. So I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to stay the heck away from that. Stay the heck away from it. And there is Jabari. Jabari makes it in. What's up, my friend?
Good afternoon.
What a spanking that The USA women put on the Italian women. It didn't even seem fair, to be honest with you. I watched the majority of the game, and it was absolutely insane. Actually, the Italian goaltender, I got to give that Italian goaltender all kinds of credit. She kept them in the game like you would not believe. United States, let's see, how many shots on goal did they have? Okay, so the United States had 57 shots on goal, scored 6 goals. Italy had 6 shots on goal. They outshot them 57-6. That, my friends, is a spanking. How you doing, Mr. Batsa? That's a spanking.
Yeah.
And that sets up, oh gosh, not sure where they go next. I think the U.S. and Sweden are both in the semifinals. And I believe that the U.S. will play. I don't know who they're going to play. I gotta look at this a little bit closer. And then I guess the big skater took a big
He
tumble.
stumbled.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So so much for that gold medal. And we will look at the gold medal count here just a second. I'm sure Norway is still in the lead. They are with 18 total gold medals, 8 gold, 3 silver, 7 bronze. Then followed by the Italians with 18 totals, 6, 3, and 9, and then the United States with 14, 4, 7, and 3. So there you go. That's where the medal count is right now. Women's hockey bracket. I know. Updated bracket. I know I'm taking forever, right? Taking forever.
No,
I
you're
get
okay. I don't think the bracket has come out yet. I looked for it when it first came in. I'm not sure it's out yet. I know the quarterfinals.
There we go.
You
Okay,
play France.
we're into the semis.
Yeah, we're in the semis, but I don't think there's like an actual
No,
bracket.
no, no, because Canada has to play Germany and Finland plays Switzerland.
Correct.
Okay, so I think if Canada wins, they play Sweden, and whoever wins the Finland Switzerland game will play the United States.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Correct.
that would be correct. So onward. I don't think anybody's beating this women's team. I gotta be honest with you. Man, they're tough. They are really, really good.
I
And
th-
now, by the way, 271 minutes of shutout hockey. That's 3. They've had 3 shutouts in a row, and they have outscored their opponents so far in this Olympics
mhm.
26-1.
Yeah,
That's domination.
that's domination.
That is domination. Love it. All right. You probably know a little bit more about what's going on with this, the festivities. Tomorrow's what I'm more familiar with the dunk contest and the 3-point contest. We've got this Rising Stars, and I guess what we're doing here is we've got Team Austin against Team Mello, followed by Team Vince versus Team T-Mac. And the winner of those 2 matches play in the Rising Stars Championship
Hmm.
tonight. All right. This is all on Peacock. Then tomorrow, is there's more than one All-Star game tomorrow, isn't there?
Yeah, there's
The world versus the
the world
stars.
versus the stars, right? And then you're gonna have the uh there's like a G League game, but I can't remember. Can't remember if that's Sunday. I think that might be Sunday.
Yeah, that's what
Uh
I'm talking about. This is all Sunday.
oh, Sunday. Then yeah, there's a G League next up game. There's a World versus the Stars. There's two games versus the Stripes.
Yeah,
It's
what's that about?
I'm not even sure, to be honest with you. I'm not even watching All Star Weekend this year. I really don't care.
Oh,
Honestly. I, I actually I have lost it. I As a kid, I love All Star Weekend. I've traveled to many All Star weekends with my dad. My dad took me, and I'm just out of it now. It's just too much. It's boring to me.
and they're trying not to make it boring by
Yeah.
obviously, I guess they're trying to find a way to make it more competitive.
But they have a chance. They have a chance to do that. Go back to the old format. Stop doing this like three-quarter format, and then also bring back the old school jerseys. Okay, where everybody played in their own team's jerseys with their own team colors. None of this whole red blue thing. I hate it. I hated it when they introduced it. I hate it now. I'm
All
gonna
right,
hate it next year. Just go back to the team jerseys.
here's what we're doing. We're having a three-team round robin tournament.
Okay.
Okay. Team USA Stars, Team USA Stripes, and Team World, each with American and international players, playing four fast paced 12-minute games to determine the champion. The top two teams from the initial three games advance to a final championship with point differential breaking ties if needed. Okay. So we've got the USA Stars and we've got the USA Stripes. USA Stars play Team World game one. Game two, Team USA Stripes plays the winner of the Stars and Team World. Game three is USA Stripes versus the loser of game one. Not sure how that works. And then championship game is the top two teams by record from games one through three play for the title.
Oh, okay. I figured it out now. I looked at the rosters. Okay.
Okay.
USA Stars is all the rising stars. Scotty Barnes, Cade Cunningham, Anthony Edwards, Devin Booker, Jalen Duran, etc. The USA Stripes, vets. Jalen Brown, Jalen Brunson, De'Aaron Fox, Kevin Durant, Brandon Ingram, LeBron, Kawhi, Donovan Mitchell, and Curry. And the world team is all players that are not from America. Luca, Nikola Jokic, Jamal Murray, Shingun, Shai, Denny Avi, if I didn't say him already, Norman Powell, Pascal, Victor Wembanyama, Carl Anthony Towns, and Giannis. So
Okay.
this format, not a fan. I'm gonna just say that I'm not a fan.
Okay.
This is just too much to keep up with. So
Well, and let me tell you what I think they're trying to do. They're trying to steal the idea from what the NHL did
yeah.
with their 3-on-3 tournament. Okay. And they're kind of making it a combination between that and what the NHL did with the Four Nations. You know,
Hmm.
there's only one difference. That Four Nations was a lot more.
Involved,
Oh yeah, it
and it
was.
was
It
better
was.
planned.
Yeah, it was a lot more intense. I'm open to this because I can't stand to see what the All Star game has become. When I
Mm.
watch guys shooting from half court, all the time, I mean, it just that's boring to me.
I'll be honest with you. I think every other format of sports has excelled when it comes to these all-star formats, right? You have NHL with that world's tournament. You have baseball with the World Baseball Classic. Great.
Right.
I'm actually excited for that. Okay. Soccer for years, World Cup. Many people watch that. Even if you don't watch soccer, you watch the World Cup. Okay. The basketball thing has never just it's never stuck, I guess is the best way to put it. Even for the football thing, the football never shied away from the old format. Like, yeah, they got away from them putting them in pads. Yeah, they still, they play flag football now. That's still a little more interesting than the basketball format is to me, but I don't know. It seems like the American sports, this whole all-star format is just not working anymore.
Yeah. But now you talked about World Baseball Classic, something interesting there. Justin's here. How you doing,
Mm,
buddy?
Good. What's going on? What's going on, Jabari?
how's it going?
Um,
I know it's been a while.
you're talking about World Baseball Classic.
Hmm.
Those guys got to be able to get insurance
Yeah.
in order to play in that tournament. And like Ivan Herrera from the Cardinals
Hmm.
couldn't get insured, so he was going to play for Panama. He has to skip the World Baseball Classic. So, that's going to come into play with these guys. Justin, what do you got on your mind today?
Well, there is one thing actually I do got on my mind. I'll get to that later though. But so
As long as it's not about fantasy football.
no,
Okay.
no. But so were we talking about the NBA going to the World instead of
Yeah. Yeah, we're just talking about the format because I didn't really understand what the structure is, but now I do.
Well, yeah, I think it's way better. I think like the All-Star game sucks. Get rid of it. I don't know what your guys' take on that, but that's how I feel.
I
And
mean,
is
they're
that the
trying
Canada
something
in
new.
you talking, or is that the sports geek in you talking? Which one is that?
More the sports because I mean the All-Star game has become saturated. It's just the late stage capitalism wet dream. I don't like it. So, yeah, USA versus World,
Mm.
way better.
You're not a fan of capitalism?
No, I said it's a late stage capitalism wet dream. It's just
Oh,
it's
okay.
not a good product, but it makes money. That's all it is.
Well, once again, I'll reiterate. Here's how it works. Team USA plays Team World. USA Stars plays Team World. Next game, Team USA Stripes plays the winner of game one. Then, USA Stripes kind of get screwed because they got to play a back-to-back game. They play the loser of game one. The top two teams by record from games 1 through 3 play for the title.
Right. Okay.
Okay, that is how they're doing it. It's a round robin format, similar to what they're doing tonight with the Rising Stars. Team Austin plays Team Mello, followed by Team Vince plays Team T Mac. The winner of those two games plays for the Rising Stars championship. They've kind of taken a page, like we were just talking about, from hockey, and they're trying to make it like they did with the Four Nations, but doesn't quite have the kind of compelling backstory that the Four Nations does, in my opinion. But I think it's going to be an improvement.
Well, yeah, I agree. I mean, yeah, like I keep saying, I haven't been watching the NBA other than the Lakers games, but now I got what I wanted with this, I might turn into the World versus USA game.
Yeah, well, I mean, you got to understand, you got and both teams. This is what you also have to understand. All teams, each with American and international players. So Team USA Stripes, or Stars, Stripes, and then Team World, each with American and international players. Okay. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I'm not convinced yet. I hope it's going to be a good thing. I really do, because I want to be entertained. I like being entertained.
It'll be better than the all-star games we've been getting in the 2020s and late 2010s. I promise you that. It can't get any worse. It can't get any worse than that.
I can see that.
My TV will not be tuned in to the All-Star game this year, unfortunately.
You would take the All-Star games like 10 years ago to now, Jabari?
I'm gonna say it to you like this: the one that God rest his soul, the one that Kobe died, one when Kobe died was bar none, aside from the early 2000s ones, was bar none the best one we've ever seen because they actually played.
Right.
I don't think it's a format issue. I think it's an incentive issue. I want to be clear on that.
I can buy that.
But did the All-Star game even happen that year?
It did. Remember, because they went to that new format, and remember
they
honored Kobe.
Award? Yeah, didn't they have an award in Didn't they name the MVP award after Kobe?
And Kawhi won it. Kawhi was like the first one to win it. Remember, Kawhi won the first ever Kobe Bryant All-Star MVP award.
Right. You're right.
Maybe I didn't even watch it that year.
I remember that now.
Because it started at new format, where they do the 3-quarter thing, and then the first quarter, the second quarter, and then the third quarter is where everybody just went off. Everybody was just trying to win the game at that point because everybody wanted an MVP.
Right.
Jason Tatum almost won it. LeBron was trying to win it.
Yeah, that's right.
Kawhi won it because he put up like 40. He put up like 40, and they were playing. Like it came down. It was lame because remember it came down to a free throw. If you remember that. They won the game on free throws.
That's right. That's right. That was rather entertaining. That was. I will admit. All right. Let's see. What else did I want to come up and talk to you guys about? Chris Paul retired.
Good.
And I've got to say,
good.
It's about time.
Yeah, he's a bench player at best, and I feel like I don't want him to ruin his legacy. Like, just go ahead and retire. You're one of the greatest point guards the NBA's ever seen. Retire.
Yes. Agree, 100%.
Okay, well, I haven't really been watching any of the stuff that he did in San Antonio and in the Clippers, so I don't know how he's been playing.
San Antonio got rid of him because he's old and he can't play defense. He's smart. He's a great, smart player. You want to put him around any young players. That's why they shipped him to Toronto. But then Toronto waived him and he retired.
I think he'd be a really good coach, in my opinion.
Agreed. I think if him and Rajon Rondo can get coaching jobs on the same team, just might make a championship team. Rajon is a great coach.
Is it Rajon or is it Rajon Rondo?
I don't know. I know his son's a hooper though. His son's like 13 playing varsity basketball. Right. Already like one of the best players in the state apparently.
Cool. College basketball tomorrow. Some games that top 25 games. Clemson's at Duke. Duke favored by 12.5. I don't think there's a snowball's chance in hell in Duke losing that game. Do you?
Justin?
I can't speak on college basketball.
Yeah, he's no expert on that.
Don't even get the channels here in Canada. So I mean, what am I supposed to do?
I mean, with how many streaming platforms there are, you probably would get them on streaming platforms, but probably not the channels. So I understand that.
Yeah, you got to do the illegal stuff though.
Okay, we'll leave that there.
Yeah, we don't want nothing illegal.
Bob, I think Duke probably takes this,
pretty
easily. Yeah, Cameron Boozer. Sorry, his kids. Sorry, he's great for me. Great player.
Kansas, Iowa State. That's number 9 against number 5. That Iowa State team is awful good. I think Kansas drops out of the top 10.
Fair, agreed.
Kentucky's at Florida. Florida's a lot better team than what I thought they were going to be this year. Florida all the way. I just don't think they lose.
Florida just went to a natty in the last 2 years, right? Why did you think they were going to be trash?
I don't think they were going to be trash. I just didn't think they would be as good as they were, and they haven't been, but they're better than what I thought they'd be.
Okay, that's fair.
Texas Tech is at Arizona. I don't
Sweep.
think they have a snowball
Sweep.
chance.
And
in
they
hell.
lose that by 10, by the way. I'm taking Arizona by 10, personally.
Yeah. I would tend to agree there. My hat, what equals?
He's
I mean,
throwing up about your hat. What's your
it's
hat say?
it's
Oh.
Blues. 2019 Stanley Cup champions. I'm not. I mean, that's still like a dream to me. I didn't think it would ever happen in my lifetime. So they won a Stanley Cup before I died. That's a good thing.
You got
Which,
many
by the
years
way,
left. It can happen again.
I'm a hell of a lot closer to death than either of you guys are. So
Yeah, you can say that.
I mean, I turned 67, boys.
Hey, clap it up for 67.
There you go. There.
A lot of people don't see 67.
That's right, including a lot of friends that I know that have passed away.
6,
All right.
7, 6, 7.
Justin, don't.
I knew you were gonna say that, Jabari.
I'm waiting a couple of years. I'll be, if I make it that long, I'll be happy
Okay.
in a couple of years, because you know
Yeah.
what I'll be then, don't you? My favorite number. All right.
Wow. Oh God, no, exactly.
Caught on. Finally
Yeah.
caught on.
It took him a
All
little
right. So what's your big take, Justin? I want to hear it.
Okay, yeah. So I've been waiting for this actually, because
Yeah.
Jabari, you know how long it's been since we last been on this show together?
bit. Okay.
It's been since May.
Okay.
And I remember that exact show we were on. It was me and you. And me, you, and Bob were teaming up on me. You guys were talking about George Pickens and how, George Pickens sucks this. He's not a worthy number one. Oh, he was only good because in Pittsburgh, he was the only receiver in the core. And, I got absolutely roasted when Bob got me on Joe Mixon. So this season happened. What did George Pickens do?
Had a heck of a year. Of course, it helps when you got one of the best receivers in the game on the other side.
Well,
And
he
it
helped
helps when he's out. And Dak is still one of the better air raid QBs.
I mean, it helps when you've got another guy on the other side that they got to cover. Okay.
He outperformed CeeDee Lamb. He made CeeDee Lamb's numbers look like
CeeDee missed games. CeeDee was on my fantasy team. CeeDee missed like 6 games.
Yeah.
He only had like 3 touchdowns.
He missed 6 games.
Well, it's the 6 games, and George Pickens absolutely could handle the job. So
okay.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to say anything against Pickens because he had a hell of a year. You know what? Here you go. This will make you happy. Okay. All right. I was wrong. I mean, evidently that's what you're looking for. That's all he cares about, Jabari. He just wants me to say that I'm wrong.
Okay, Bob is being easy right now. However, I will not be. Okay. CD had 1,000-yard season on 3 less whole games. Because mind you, this doesn't even count the 2 games CD was out. One of those games he got a concussion. He did start, so that's why they counted his games played. But he did not play all of these full games. Okay. George Pickens had 9 TDs. CD had 3. Right. CD on 18 less receptions, okay, almost 20 less receptions, had only 400 less yards. And not even, he only had 350. Okay? So if we divide those 20 receptions up to 350 yards, he catches George Pickens. The only reason George Pickens had a 1,500-yard season damn near and 10 TDs is because CD was not there. Okay? So let's be a little respectful now. You were making it seem like CD is gonna be like the slot receiver, and George Pickens is gonna be the new number 1 alpha male wide receiver. Okay, George Pickens had his time to shine. He did shine. Okay, don't get me wrong. He did shine. That offense, for lack of better words, they weren't the best, but he was a bright spot for sure. He was a bright spot. So let's not dog CD. Okay, CD did what he needed to do.
No, I'm not dogging CeeDee Lamb. I'm just saying, so would you say this performance this year indicated that George Pickens was a worthy wide receiver one.
No. No, because he still had CD for 14 games. Okay, you got to understand that. Look, I'll put it to you like this. Okay, Juju Smith-Schuster.
Okay.
Do you think Juju Smith-Schuster would have made a wide receiver one?
Well, in the 2018 year, yes. He played like a wide receiver one, yes.
And what was his stats in 2018? Because I can promise you, I don't think he got 1,000-yard receiving.
He had 1,400 yards, and he had the same stats as George Pickens.
Okay, was AB still there that year?
Yeah.
Okay, that's your answer. That's your answer. He wasn't a number one wide receiver. He had his number one on the other side of the field, and really AB was in the slot more times than not, who was taking everything off the top of the defense. And that's why Juju, even with the Chiefs, okay, he runs all those underneath routes. He has a big body to take those hits.
So if you get 14, because I've been getting roasted on this show about Quentin Johnston too, because I say
trash.
Okay, so Bob, are you gonna say something about that?
I totally disagree.
He's
not trash.
So what is Quentin Johnston good at?
Catching touchdown passes.
Okay, hold on.
This year or last year?
Wait. Hold on.
2 years in a row, 8 TDs
and 700 yards.
I don't know what did he wind up with this year?
700 yards. Bob, I can without looking up.
735. Yeah, 51 catches. He was hurt too. Another 8 TDs. So here's what he's done. He's had back-to-back 8 TD seasons with over 50 catches. You know what? Never said he was a wide receiver number one, but you know what? He's a red zone fucking target, bud.
Okay.
He's a red zone target.
And as good as you think, go ahead.
Justin Herbert needs a red zone target because that team is lacking. That's why Adam Gase and Mike McDaniel coming in is probably going to change how we look at Justin Herbert, because you know what? Justin Herbert's got to elevate. It's time to elevate, bud. I know he's had a crappy offensive line.
His whole career he's had one.
Well, except for the 21 season.
But no, his whole career. Career, they've been awful.
The offensive line in 21 was good, but every other year
they went 9-8. How was that indicative of good?
No, the offensive line I'm talking.
Yeah, in 2021, the Chargers went 9-8.
The offensive line was still top 10 though.
Okay, I mean,
Justin Herbert has problems, guys. Okay,
he does. But I'm gonna be honest with you. 2021 was his best season as a quarterback. Yeah, he passed like 5,000 yards. Okay, right. The offensive line was not that good. They got rammed in the playoffs. They were run over in that 2021 playoffs.
They didn't make the
Actually, they didn't even make the playoffs. You're right. They didn't even make the playoffs.
It was still a good line, though. They had a crappy defense. That's why they didn't make the playoffs. Trust me, I was covering that team and the Packers in 2020 and 21. I was watching those two teams.
Like the beat writer?
Not the beat writer.
He said you were covering the team. I thought you were the beat writer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was. Yeah.
Okay, that's more like it.
Yeah, credit for that.
You in the NFL locker room, but anyway.
Just saying. You never know.
I can't imagine that. Anyway.
Okay.
Hey, you made your point. You were right. I was wrong. So there you go. You got another one of them. I've done that probably 3 times with you since I've known you. I've never known you to ever do that with me. I expect that in return at some point in time before I die. Just want to say that.
I'm not conceding. I'm not convinced. I'm sorry. I am not convinced. Look, great player, but if you're going to call a wide receiver one, let's call a spade. He's not a wide receiver one. I will say there was somebody I thought was a wide receiver one, but I don't think they are anymore. DK Metcalf, and that might be a hot take.
Yeah.
Well, no, I don't think that's a hot take. I think he's probably only worthy of being a number 2 right now.
Here's the problem with DK. I totally believe this. He's just, man, he drops a lot of balls in the end zone. I mean, times when he's wide open and it hits him in his hands and he drops it. I'm sorry. When you can't make them catches in the end zone, you're not, you can't be a wide receiver one. Wide receiver one's got to score. You got to be like Chris Carter. Remember what he did? All he did was catch touchdowns. That's all he did. You know, he let Randy Moss do all that work, and he did, you know, the underneath stuff. And then when it got in the red zone, there was Chris Carter catching touchdowns, man.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's why I'm so adamant that you need to have two really good wide receivers that can handle the job when one of them goes out, you know? So that's why, you know, when I said I don't think Quentin Johnson is capable of being a wide receiver too, I meant it at the time, you know?
Yeah, but he is capable of being a wide receiver too. I don't think he's capable of being a wide receiver one.
Thank you.
But I will tell you this. I think he's going to be used in different ways next year. They already used him in a couple of different ways this year. Okay. And I could see that happening again because quite frankly, he's faster than what you think he is, you know, as evidenced by, what was it? The 59-yard touchdown where, you know, he blew past the cornerback. It was early in the season, you know, when he was really hot. He started out hot. Now he had some injuries that slowed him down. Honestly, if he wouldn't have had the injuries he had, I really think he would have hit 1,000 yards this year. I really do. But the injuries, remember the one game where he started and then he didn't go back out on the field? He was hurt.
Oh, yeah, that was the Giants game, right?
Yeah, and he shouldn't have been playing, honestly, you know, because he couldn't, you know, either that or he tweaked something or what have you. But I think he's capable of 1,000-yard season and 10 touchdowns. I really do. And he's not that far off. 750 yards back-to-back seasons and 8 touchdowns in back-to-back seasons. It's not a stretch to get another 250 yards and 2 more touchdowns.
Well, we'll see what happens. But, yeah, I think, well, right now I don't think the Chargers have a wide receiver problem. I think it's an offensive line problem. That doesn't mean I'm turning the table. I
don't disagree. I don't agree with you. Because I think they have a wide receiver problem too. Because I think everybody thought Ladd McConkey was going to be better than what he is, and Ladd McConkey is not a big enough target, you know. And Herbert, I'm telling you right now, you could say whatever you want about this thought here, you know. And I'm nothing against short people, okay? Ladd McConkey. I think that Herbert overthrows him a lot because he can't. He needs a bigger guy to catch the ball.
Well, yeah, that's why I wanted them to get another really good receiver last year. I think they should have gotten Devontae Adams last year. That's what
Devontae Adams didn't want to go to the Chargers. He wanted to be with the Rams.
And he has a good chance to win a title with the Rams. Rams were this close going back to the Super Bowl. I want everybody to know that they were this close. The team,
yeah, they were very close.
I want to say this about the Ladd McConkey comment. Okay, I'm not gonna say not short. I don't think the Chargers have a wide receiver problem. I think they just have an overall injury problem.
That's true, Jim.
O-line, all of the O-line at one point was hurt.
Yeah.
All of them, and the tackles especially, they were hurt. They drafted a tackle. He tears like his ACL or something like that this year, so he was out. The wide receivers were in and out. Quentin Johnson, Keenan Allen. Keenan's old. You know, he's going to get hurt.
Right.
Justin Herbert hurt. Their defense hurt because even Khalil Mack he broke his wrist.
Right.
Freak accident in that game. He broke his wrist. So they just had injuries across the board. And even with those injuries, to finish 11-6, you know, still commendable. But I think if they can get healthy, and they lost Najee Harris, so you paid Najee all that money. He pretty much plays like 3 games.
Yeah.
And then
not even.
I don't even think he's the best running back.
Did he get hurt in the first game?
It was the second game.
Yeah.
Second game.
And then Omario Hampton, who still looks better than him to me, Omario Hampton gets hurt.
Yeah.
So
Amari and Hampton, I think that kid's going to be better than what a lot of people may
I think so too.
I like the way he moves. And I'll tell you who he doesn't remind me completely of, but a little bit of Kenneth Walker III with trying to find that. The thing I like about KW3, and I'm calling him KW3, I'm not calling him K9. Okay.
Why not?
Because I like KW3 better.
Oh, K9's way better.
Oh, no way. Where's the 9 come in at?
His number's 9.
So? And his first name begins with a K, so he's K9.
Yeah.
He's
Because he's a dog.
He's
That's the
Kenneth
whole
Walker
thing.
the third, baby. KW3.
Okay.
Well, yeah,
I
it's
mean-
got the dog. That's dog. Yeah.
Hey, he's K9. He's a dog on the field. So, you know.
I love the way he runs. I think Hampton has some of those qualities.
Hampton,
I like the guys that, they pick, and then here's the thing, when you find the hole, you go, you can dance around, and then hey, there's a little opening there, go get it.
So then let me ask you a question. You think KW3, as you would call him, deserves a new contract? Do you think he's good enough to be one of the best paid wide receivers best paid running backs in football? Because my answer is no.
I mean, I don't really think so. But man, he played awful good in that Super Bowl.
He played good the whole year.
But yeah, the whole playoff run, he was outstanding.
Yeah. He doesn't have a lot of touchdowns though. I'll tell you that.
No, that's true. That is true. But part of that's because they bring in the backups when they get down, which I don't understand, because he does remind me a little bit of Marshall Faulk, trying to find his way through those openings. And Marshall Faulk was a touchdown, freak.
Okay.
But I don't think he needs to. He's one of the top. Needs to be one of the top paid running backs. I don't think he does. No.
What about you, Justin?
Well, he's probably going to get it anyways, though. I mean, because they just won a Super Bowl with him, and I mean, the reason he's not like a 1,700 rusher is because Charbonnet's in the backfield. So
right.
I don't know. Well, if you're gonna, I think if you kick Kenneth Walker to the curb and then just have Charbonnet, I don't think that's a terrible idea, because you don't pay. You're not going to pay a running back to be the guy making the most money on your team. That's the Rams learned that the hard way. That was a stupid move to pay Todd Gurley all that money, and you don't pay running backs like that.
Well, Todd Gurley was.
I'm about to say, Justin, I'm going to disagree with you. Todd Gurley was sensational. Would have been generational had his knees not given out.
Yes.
But they did, though. That was
but they didn't know that, and nor did he.
That was the story of running backs in the 2010s. They are in there for like 5 years, and then like the chances of them having another elite year are slim to none. And then I don't know how it started getting better all of a sudden with the 2017 running back class. I mean, those guys will never die except for Joe Mixon might be done. I was 1 year too late too late on Joe Mixon prediction, but.
Well, I'm gonna say this. I think they have finally realized that they can't just run a running back for 300 times a game and expect him to hold up and take all those hits. We're talking about Todd Gurley though. Todd, like for all intents and purposes, Todd Gurley's first 3 years, he was in the MVP. First 4 years, really, he was pretty much in the MVP conversation for all 4 of those.
Only thing I can tell you is drafted by the St. Louis Rams. Okay, I'm just saying.
1 offensive rookie of the year, Pro Bowl, AP player of the year, AP offensive player of the year. Todd Gurley was sensational.
Yeah,
if his knee doesn't give out, he's the greatest running back we've ever seen. That's how good he was.
No, I don't think so.
He's up. He gets up. Look, the kid in the first 4 years, Justin, he does like 1,100. He does 900 yards, then 1,300 and 1,200 yards.
Well,
you're not naming me a modern running back that's doing that outside of maybe Derrick Henry and Jonathan Taylor, and that's why they're paid the way they are.
Well, what about Barkley?
Saquon Barkley fell off after he won the Super Bowl with the Eagles. He's been not good personally to me.
Well, they still had what? Didn't he still have 1,000 rushing yards?
Yeah, multiple years, yeah, and then he tore his ACL.
The other thing you got to remember about Todd Gurley is that he was a threat out of the backfield to catch the ball.
Yep.
He had 243 catches for 2,254 yards coming out of the backfield. That's 9.3 yards per catch. I'll tell you, for a running back, that's really, really good numbers to have that kind of average. So, yes, he had, I'm going to say it again. I'm going to compare him. I'm going to say Marshall.
Yeah.
He had the Marshall Faulk type of ability. Okay. And yes, he could have been a generational player if not for his knees. But the Rams made the
I'll
mistake.
add to Bob's point, okay, Justin. It's rare for us to see Hall of Famers be behind these young players as behind they were Todd Gurley. When I
Yeah.
tell you the vets and Hall of Famers spoke of him very highly, that is
Yeah.
rare. Barry Sanders, Marshall Faulk,
Eric Dickerson.
Eric Dickerson,
Yeah.
Emmitt Smith, all of them were like, no, this kid's the truth.
Yeah.
The same way they
No,
talk about Saquon. They loved him. Everybody loved him.
Yeah, I don't really put. I don't consider Todd Gurley though in that class though.
Well, he would have been. Okay.
His knees went out.
He really had the opportunity to be there. He
Yeah.
had 1,460 rushes for 6,082 yards, 4.2 yards per carry, 67 TDs in his career. That's just running the ball. He had 243 catches for 2,254 yards and 12 TDs out of the backfield. So that's 79 TDs right there in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years. 6 years, it's 79 TDs. Guys, that's a lot of friggin' TDs.
That's a lot.
I mean, it's over 10 a season. I mean, to average that's pretty damn good.
And I also want to remind you, Justin, that nobody in Todd Gurley's class of running backs survived as long or even longer than he did. You had
Right.
Todd Gurley, Melvin Gordon, gone. TJ Yeldon, gone. He
Yep.
non-factor. Amir Abdullah, gone. He was a backup. He was a third down back at best ever on any team he went to. Tevin Coleman, he went to a Super Bowl. They lost. He was a crucial portion of that team. I'll give him that. Duke Johnson, non-factor. David Johnson for the Cardinals. I know you remember him. Houston made that deal. We got him. Paid him all that money. Trash. Okay? Houston fan, trash. One of the worst deals since Brock Osweiler. It's trash. Hated it. Okay. Matt Jones. You don't even know who that is. Jeremy Langford. You don't even know who that is.
Yeah.
Javarius Allen.
Okay? All right. So check this out. 2017, he rushed for 1,300 yards at 4.7 yards per carry, but he had 64 receptions for 788 yards and 12.3 yards per reception. That is outstanding numbers.
Well, I know. I say, yeah, the 2017-2018 season with Todd Gurley, yeah, I'll give it to you. And then the rookie season, he was just a rookie, yes. But I just felt some type of way, though, about, at the year after 2018 when, the Rams, they went to that Super Bowl. It was all good. And then they went there like almost in spite of Gurley. And so then they paid him all that money.
Okay.
What happened? The Rams were trash after that.
I'm getting you there. But in 2019, 223 carries for 857 yards. He scored 12 TDs out of at running back, and then another 2 receiving.
Oh, yeah.
You know what? The guy had 14 TDs, and you don't think he was very good. I'd love to have a guy had. Devontae Adams had 14 TDs, and he was great this year, huh?
Well, that's a receiver, but yeah, okay. And he was the number 2.
When did Jared Goff get there? I'm gonna take it a step further.
That
when
was
did he get there?
Was the 2019 Super Bowl, right?
Yeah.
Jared
he
Goff
was
there on the
there when they went to that
2018,
Super Bowl.
13-3. They went to the Super Bowl. That 13-3 team, they went to the Super Bowl. Guess why? Guess why they went to the Super Bowl? Because of Todd Gurley.
Well,
he ran them to the Super Bowl.
Didn't they have a pretty complete team around there? I mean, yes, Todd Gurley, was really good, and he was probably the best offensive weapon they had. They still had Cooper Kupp, Robert Woods, Brandon Cooks, Aaron Donalds, and what's that old guy name at the offensive line?
Yeah, I know you're
You're talking about Andrew Whitworth.
Andrew Whitworth.
Yeah, that's right.
They had Aqib Talib too. I mean, though he was older, yes.
Yeah, the squad was great, but Goff was never like the greatest quarterback on earth. We know that.
No.
Okay, he was never the greatest quarterback on earth, and I was a Goff hater. But Todd put up 1,200 rushing yards, 17 rushing TDs. That's not even counting the 4 receiving TDs he had. So he takes them to the Super Bowl the same way that Saquon got the Eagles to the Super Bowl, because he did. He rushed for 2,000 yards. Anybody that says he didn't take them there, he did. Okay, he carried it when Jalen was, wishy-washy. Saquon was running the ball. They knew what they were going to get out of him. Same thing with Todd.
Gurley was back-to-back All-Pro in 17 and 18. Second in MVP in 17. Offensive Player of the Year in 2017, and finished third in Offensive Player of the Year in 2018. Don't forget he was Rookie of the Year in 2015 and was an All-Pro then too.
Oh yeah. Well, okay. Let me ask Jabari one more question about this subject though. Would you put Todd Gurley in the same convo as LaDainian Tomlinson?
When healthy, yes.
I can't do that. I can't do that. That's
I can't go to the look. I can't go to the LT or Marshall because they did it longer.
Yeah, they did it longer. That's what I said. When healthy, we have to talk healthy. Yes, LaDainian did it for what, 10 years? Todd only did it for 4. Okay, really, he only did it at a high rate for 4.
Right.
But if he can do it for 10 years. Yeah, I think he starts hitting those LT numbers.
The reason the Rams lost that Super Bowl is because Gurley was hurt.
Yeah,
if he was healthy, the Rams would have won that
easily.
Super Bowl. That's just what happened.
It was low scoring, right? It was like
it was real low scoring. Yes. All right, let's get out of here. I told you were right.
Yeah, I can't believe I got that out of you. But I need to get that Jabari more. At this point.
Hey, we're gonna see some more of your hot takes for next year, okay?
Well, I mean, I put it out there. I mean, I'll do it again. I ain't afraid. Not afraid. But I expect you to do the same thing.
He won't.
He won't.
I won't.
All right, folks. Have a good weekend. All-Star Weekend.